Since the beginning, I always designed minimal websites, so today I want to show you how to design a professional and eye-catching minimal design and UI and website, so let's go. Before we start, if you're new, welcome to the channel. Hi, I'm happy to see you, so subscribe, it's free, don't forget it. But if you're not new, welcome back and I'm happy to see you again. In UI design, there are a bunch of things that you need to take in consideration if you want to create something that looks professional, that is eye-catching and that brings people attention. From other UIs, everything is easier in my opinion because of the amount of things that you can add to your designs or in the implementation of the actual designs, web pages or applications. And I'm talking about the implementation of the 3D world in the websites or applications, weird displacement effects that you can add to basically every element of your design, new ways to interact with the user, and an infinite amount of other things. But with minimal design, things are completely different because in order to create something that looks professional, is eye-catching, and at the same time minimal, you need to develop some skills that are not that much required, I can say, in normal UI designs. For example, I am talking about the ability to see if something is not balanced, if the design tends to be too much on the left, on the right, top, bottom, whatever you want, or the skill to be able to create something really eye-catching by using only few elements, two colors, one typeface. But I'm talking too much, so let's jump in something real and let me show you some examples. So, to exercise and get way better in minimal design, the first rule is to use a maximum of 3 colors in the entire design and also use these colors in a balanced way. And what I mean by that is to actually use one color as your main one, which is going to be the 60% of your interface. Usually it is the background color. One color which is going to be the 30% of the design and is going to be used for some elements, some titles, and the last one, which is the remaining 10%, that is gonna be used as an accent color to color some particular things, some details, and nothing else. But we don't have completely freedom in choosing the colors because of course we can't choose a purple, flashy purple one. We need to choose some moody, soft, basically vintage colors. Not vintage, but some moody color that are soft to the eye and not flashy. For example, this is the mood board that I have and that are arranged in my Pinterest account. And as you can see, the colors are really soft, really smooth. This orange, as you can see, is not a flash orange, but is a really soft one, a vintage look, as vintage. I don't know how you say it, but there is nothing that is really flashy or that pops in terms of saturation. It's a matter of doing the right things and to use the right things and tools to bring people's attention into your design and to use the right composition to create something really interesting to the eye. For example, as you can see in this mood board, a lot of designs are really catchy because they use a big title basically, and that stands out. Images are a huge part in minimal design, and choosing the right one can be a game changer. The second point and the second part is to curate the actual balance of the design. A good design doesn't tend to be too much on the right side, on the left side, at the top, at the bottom, whatever you want, but you need to find the right way to place the content and you need to practice a lot to get used to see the balance into a design. It's a thing that comes with a lot of practice and it's one of the longest processes that I know to create something professional, but I have some tricks that can speed up the process. One thing that I want to tell you is that if you add one element in one side of your design, add another element in the other side of the design. It's like symmetry, but it's not properly symmetry, so yeah. The second thing is that if you add a big element into your design, whether it's on the left or right side, doesn't matter, or at the top or the bottom, you need to add multiple elements to balance the actual element. So the bigger the element is, the more elements you need to put in the design to balance it. And that's it, basically 2 points, 2 really easy points that you need to practice, and you will see see the results 100%. Another tip, by the way, is to copy other designers' designs to understand how this game works. And finally, the most loved topic, fonts. In a minimal design, fonts play a huge role because they are the most exposed and visible things in the actual design, of course, after the background color. Choosing the right font is not that easy at all, but we can start saying that, for example, these or these are not fonts that we want to use in a minimal design. To keep the minimal and high-end style, we actually need to take fonts that are stylish, elegant, and not something that is too bold or heavy. The best advice that I can give you to instantly step up your game in fonts is to use paid typefaces or paid fonts instead of using the free ones, because paid typefaces are done better, they look way better than free ones, and they are done by professional foundries specialized in doing fonts basically. There are a lot of websites where you can buy fonts for cheap, or even some foundries that have trial packages that contains 30 of their fonts that you can use in your personal project. If you follow this advice, you will see 100% big improvements in your designs. Last thing, guys, if you want to become a real professional in minimal design, is to surround yourself with really good designs from really good creatives that specialized in minimal design in this case. The quality of your content reflects the quality of the content that you are surrounded by, so keep that in mind and create some mood boards in your design program or in your social media and scroll through the feed if you want to look for some inspiration, but keep that in mind. And here we are, guys, at the end of this video, so I hope that at least a small portion of this video was helpful to you. If you found this video helpful, smash and break the likes button. Well, actually no, so otherwise you can't leave likes anymore. Tell me in the comments down below which one of these points is the one that you struggle with the most, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully.